finally fell asleep. We couldn't help it. Further apart. Look me in the heart. If you think that love is blind, baby, look me in the heart. And you see me.
Hello, I'm Simon Reed, and there are 2,500 spectators here in the Budapest Congress Centre for Miss Fitness Hungary 1999. Hungary, the leading European nation and a major rival to the USA. The competition split into 3 rounds. Round 1, you have in front of you the beauty, poise and projection round. Then in round 2, the physical beauty and muscle tone, the bikini round, and then the routine, the strength, flexibility and endurance round. So after the beauty, poise and projection, they move on to the bikini round. Contestants being judged on the overall symmetry and muscle definition. Judges looking for excellent muscle tone with clean, tight lines and reasonable levels of body fat. And the third and final round, which will be major on in this program, the strength, flexibility and endurance round. Contestants presenting a fitness routine for 90 seconds to music, emphasizing strength, flexibility, endurance, a diversity of routine, personality, projection and creativity.
Put your hands to the sky, stick 'em up, pump, hit 'em low, hit 'em high. Now I'm the bad boy, invite you for dinner. Ain't got no manners, cause I eat with my fingers. Lost boys terrorize the neighborhood, and hounds with the basket push me up to no.
And we can have a look at how things went in that first round. The physical beauty round. And third place, MS Kordi, 54.70. Each of the competitors has 30 seconds to project their idea of fitness and must be capable of being a spokesperson for the fitness industry. And here's the winner, Alexandra Beres. There's confirmation. Alexandra Beres taking the lead after the first round. In second place, Anita Ola, and third, MS Korda. And so to round 2, the bikini swimsuit round, or the physical beauty and muscle tone. The perfect Miss Fitness should have good to excellent muscle tone with those clean, tight lines. Reasonable body fat. Her physique should look as if it was constructed through proper diet and fitness training. The physique they're looking for should be evenly developed, displaying attention to a totally fit body. They're looking for great legs with lean thighs that match her beautifully sculpted arms and slender waist to create the feminine appearance. According to Wally Boyko, the IFSB chairman, Miss Fitness should be no waif or muscle-bound beast, but she's pushed herself to the glorious fulfillment of the female body. 14 competitors. There originally were 15 in the final, but one had to withdraw through injury. So the 14 come out together and then they go back and then will be called out individually or in groups, so the judges can get a perfect comparison. The heels have got to be together at all times during the quarter turns, which you'll see, and they mustn't hold their arms in a rigid or exaggerated manner. MS Korda is first out.
8-as.
Alexandra Beres, very much the favorite for this competition.
12-es.
Number 8, Ildiko Sekeres, Anita Ola,
Egy kicsit ebbe az
MS
irányba.
Forda.
6-os bíró mellettem van.
So those 5 being judged together.
Alapállás. Figyelem. Félpihenőállás.
MS Forda nearest the camera, Miss Fitness National Grand Prix winner this year. Been a gymnast on apparatus for 9 years. Anita Ola,
Tartsuk.
Ildiko Sekeres. There's Alexandra Beres, Miss Fitness World
Negyed fordulat balra.
3 years ago.
Kérem.
And MS Korda.
Újabb negyed fordulat balra. Tessék.
You can see their excellent muscle definition.
Tessék. Újabb negyed fordulat balra. Tessék.
And the symmetry pretty well perfect. They're not looking for muscle mass,
Tartsuk jól
a
meg.
striated rip to the bone look, or the vascularity of a bodybuilder.
Köszönöm. Elég. Eredeti helyükre lépjenek.
So those 5 take their leave, but they may be called out again. Judges may want to have another look and compare them with others
A
in the final.
8-as bíró kéri az 1-es.
These 14, originally 15, selected through pre-judging some fortnight ago. That's Claudia Klobozitsky, third in Miss Fitness National Grand Prix.
9-es. És a 8-ast. 6-ost is kértük.
As you can see, some of the girls being called out again. That's Ildiko Sekeres, and again Alexander Beres called out.
Tessék.
There's Alexandra Beres, champion here as long ago as 1994. And Ildiko Sekeres, 8th last year in Miss Fitness on the left.
Tessék.
Very high standard in Hungary. When you consider that Ildiko Kalai, who was Miss Fitness World 1999, wasn't competing this time because she's had a break after giving birth to her baby. And Esther Gyurax, Miss Fitness World this year, 2000, although the contest for 2000 took place in August 99, wasn't competing either.
Kérem.
Both are here to give the prizes. And that's laid the path open for these girls.
És egy utolsó negyed fordulat balra.
And it's probably brought back Miss Beres here, confident of winning back her title.
Köszönöm. Eredeti helyükre lépjenek.
Personality and projection also very important here,
Kérem, fáradjanak előre a pózvonalra.
particularly in the first round with the evening gown, and then later on when they produce their 90-second routines to music.
Alapállás, és egy utolsó fél pihenő előről. Tessék.
Remember Alexander Beres leading after the first round. Second there, Anita Ola, number 9. Ildiko Sekeres in 4th place, number 8.
Köszönöm, hölgyeim.
And there's Beres, the leader.
A bírók befejezték az
And number 5
értékeléseket.
on the right, MS
Tapsoljuk
Korda
őket.
in third place, going into this second stage.
Egy negyed fordulat balra. Kérem, hagyják el a színpadot. Köszönjük még egyszer.
So the girls being led off. And it's down to the judges now to give their second mark. Important the judges get a look from all sides, viewing the muscularity of the upper and lower body and the extremities flow aesthetically when viewed from all sides. And here their verdict on round 2, and another win for Alexandra Beres. MS Korda, third in the opening round, goes to second, and third here Ildiko Zekares, who moved up from 7th place to take 3rd place here in the swimsuit round. Anita Ola in 4th, 3rd here overall. MS Korda in 2nd, Alexandra Beres the leader, and by some convincing margin, nearly 5 full points, so a lot for the others to make up. Pretty well grouped from 2nd down to 5th, but it's Beres who leads with 1 round still to go, and this is the round that we'll have when you come back after the break, the routine. Join us right after this.
To Wednesday Showtime.
Welcome back to Miss Fitness Hungary 1999 from Budapest. On with the show, on to the 3rd round. The strength, flexibility and endurance round. 90 seconds to music. Looking for the diversity of routines, the personality, creativity, and then those 3 main qualities: strength, flexibility and endurance. And we start with Klaudia Klobozitsky. Klaudia in 5th place, 7th in the evening gown round, 6th in the swimsuit. She's 24 years old, an aerobics personal trainer from this capital of Budapest.
Mambo number 5. A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita's all I need, a little bit of Tina's what I see, a little bit of Sandra in the sun, a little bit of Mary all night long, a little bit of Jessica, here I am, a little bit of you makes me your man.
Klaudia Klobozitsky begins this final stage.
A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica.
Just got a feeling that a little bit was held back there. She likes jazz ballet, so good rhythm, and into aerobics, which she teaches, and bodybuilding. And I'm sure some of the routines that we'll see coming up will have more projection. 147.55, so obviously first to go. She leads at the moment in this final round. Next to go, also from Budapest, Victoria Palfi.
The Funk Soul Brother.
7th last year in this event.
Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother.
Goes into this round in 10th place. Former gymnastics national champion, so expect some gymnastic moves here.
The funk soul brother.
Yes, a good deal of variety there, plenty of power, flexibility, and some innovative moves too. And all through you can see her gymnastics training.
The funk soul brother. Right about now. The funk soul brother. Right about now. About now. About now. About now.
143.85, so 4 points below Claudia Klobozycki. She's in second place of the two we've had so far. On to number 3. This is Sylvia Molnar, lying in 13th place going into the final round. Just 18 years old, a student, second in the Miss Fitness National Grand Prix earlier this year. There's plenty of power there and projection, but a little lacking in a degree of difficulty, really. I think that'll cost her dear. The standard is so high. And everything she did not quite as fully rounded off as the others. Looking to move up from the 13th place in which she started, and that won't help. 131.15, so way off the pace so far. Number 4, Christina Fodor, lying in 11th place, was 12th in the evening gown round and 8th in the swimsuit. 16th last year in Miss Fitness Hungary, so doing a good deal better this year. 25 years of age, another aerobics trainer.
Back on the street, did my time, took my chances. Went the distance, now I'm back on my feet. Just a man and just will to survive. I'm the tiger, that's the thrill of the fight. Rising up to the challenge of our rivals. And the last known survivor stops his way in the night. And he's watching the sun with the eye of the tiger.
Well, a dynamic routine with plenty of personality. But one or two of the moves just looked a little ungainly, and there wasn't really the fluid transition which the judges are looking for. A real all-rounder, as Christina likes wakeboarding, water skiing, horseback riding, tennis, squash, and most of all these Miss Fitness competitions. Third place so far, the 4 we've had so far. And here's one of the potential medalists here, MS Korda, lying in second place going to this final round. The winner of this event 2 years ago. And really extraordinary muscle definition on her. Yeah, routine that really picked up a little staccato at the beginning, but my word, did she pack it in at the end. Plenty of difficulty. Very pleasing on the eye too. Plenty of gymnastics moves. Former member of the national gymnastics team herself, and here are the moves that took her there. Runner-up in Miss Fitness World last year. And she moves into the lead, 166.35, so that's a real challenge set down to the likes of Alexandra Beres. MS Korda leads at the moment. You'll be back right after this break. Welcome back to Miss Fitness Hungary 1999 from the Budapest Congress Centre, and we await the favourite, the champion here 5 years ago, and the girl who won Miss Fitness World in 1996. Here she is, Alexandra Beres.
You gotta have a mother for me. Now move your big ass round this way so I can work on that zipper, baby. Tonight, you're a star, and I'm a big dipper.
Quite wonderful routine, a perfect example of a gorgeous body in tremendous motion. Alexandra Beres, you could see her rhythmic gymnastics training. She was a rhythmic gymnast for 12 years. And amongst everything else, it was brilliant the way she threw the umbrella up in the air, caught it without breaking stride amidst doing several other complicated maneuvers. Very impressive indeed. champion here 5 years ago. Winner of Miss Fitness Europe in '96, and the same year winning Miss Fitness World. So she's taken it to the Americans. Terrific flexibility. Look at the strength in the legs. And an amazing score too. 173.85 so far. And she's comfortably in the lead. Still one or two big rivals to come, but it's looking good for Alexandra Beres. Here's Adrienne Schiel, 20 years old, a student from Győr, 17th last year, but goes into this year in 9th place, going into this final round.
He's all over town, knocking on down, honey. I'd never let him next to me. He's the kind of guy who thinks he's smart. He's the type that always looks the part. He's so on the make, it's so hard to take, honey. Might never let him touch my heart. Well, he's lucky he just walked on by. But he hasn't met a girl like me, and you kill him. Well, I tell him that I'd rather die.
Adrienne Schiel, girl who just loves her sport, basketball. And she's participated in several dance championships. You can see her dance pedigree there. Wonderful sense of rhythm. Jazz ballet, but also gymnastics. You can see the gymnastics move. Great flexibility. Triathlon. So she's got stamina. Pentathlon and basketball. A real all-rounder. 143.35. She moves into 3rd place at the moment. Next to go, Ildiko Sakares, lying in 4th place. 4th in the evening gown, 3rd in the bikini round. 8th last year. Ildiko Sakares, daring to be different, a more dramatic approach. Again, good gymnastics moves. Plenty of spring. Not quite as much power as Alexandra Beres, for example. Terrific showmanship. That's one of the better routines we've seen. 159.70 in 3rd place overall, and a good mark, 53.45 for her routine. Now then, here's a girl who has got a great chance. 3rd place she is, going into this final discipline. 3rd last year, Anita Ola. 2nd in Miss Fitness Europe in '98. Anita Ola, lovely routine. A leaner body than the top two, Alexandra Beres and MS Korda. Some really dynamic moves there. And a fair amount of difficulty too. Another former gymnastics national champion. "20 years old now. And her 4th year in Miss Fitness Hungary. 164.30, so she goes into 3rd place behind Korda and behind Beres. Now another really dramatic routine. This time from Victoria Lacko. 5th last year, 22 years old, also from Budapest. Kept the movement going right until the very last beat of the music. Victoria Lacko lying in 7th place, a little disappointing for her. She was 5th last year. She didn't leave anything out in this routine, did she? Plenty of projection, just what the judges are looking for. It'll be interesting to see if she's moved up. In my book, that was very, very good. Years on the rhythmic gymnastics team of Hungary, and 154, and she has moved up from 5th to 5th place, 56.75, so a very good mark. You'll be back after this. Last part of this Miss Fitness Hungary 1999. Alexandra Beres leads, MS Korda in 2nd place, Anita Ola 3rd, and we have 4 more competitors still to go. Here's Anita Borsos lying in 12th place going into this final round. A 19-year-old student from Gagag. Very good indeed. Terrific height she got on those handsprings. And she was a gymnast, you guessed it, for 5 years. Also an aerobics competitor for 4. And this will have moved her up some way. 9th in the opening round, the evening gown round. 12th in the bikini round. Yes, 7th place, and she's moved up a good way. 146.30 for Anita Borsas. 3 to go then, and here's MS Foda in 6th place, the last girl with a realistic chance of getting on the podium. The winner of Miss Fitness National Grand Prix this year. 21-year-old student from Szeged. Foda. Bundles of vitality there. And some terrific spring from those sitting positions into the upright. But has she done enough to get on the podium? I doubt it. 6th place, remember. 6th in the evening gown, 7th in the bikini round. 6th overall, and that's where she stays, 149.05. So it looks like Beres, Korda and Ola are safe, with 2 competitors still to go. Here's Monika Milovics, lying in 14th place of the 14 into this final. From Zazalombata, the 26-year-old trainer. Well, that showed power and plenty of flexibility. Another former gymnast, but too many difficult transitions. There wasn't the fluidity of movement from one move to the other that we see from the rest. But several moments there to really enjoy. Just the odd pauses, and that's what's cost her 13th place. So at the moment she's in last place of the girls who've competed. Monika Milovics. River dance then signals the last competitor, Silvia Zonka, in 8th place going into this final discipline. She's a waitress from Kaposvar and another rhythmic gymnast. massively powerful routine. Pity about the slip halfway through, which took the edge and the gloss off it. But those one-handed handsprings, very impressive. As was the flexibility throughout. Be interesting to see if she's moved up at all. Be surprised if she has. Yes, she has. 148, that takes her into 7th place, the 6th best mark for her 3rd routine. And that concludes the 14 competitors. So now we await the prize giving. Confirmation then that in round 3, the winner was Alexandra Beres. Vittorio Lacco, 1.5 points behind. Then tied in 3rd place, MS Korda. No, just in front of Anita Ola. So MS Korda just shading out Anita Ola. Now then for the presentations.
Miss Fitness Hungary győztese 173,85 ponttal. Beres Alexandra.
Yes, Alexandra Beres then. The winner once more. 5 years after she won this title for the first time. What a comeback. She's been competing in other competitions, but now has returned here with immediate success. And she owns a fitness club in Budapest, where several of the other competitors here tonight train. Confirmation of the final ranking then. Alexandra Beres the winner, over 7 points in front of MS Korda. Pretty close for 2nd and 3rd. Anita Ola 3rd, and very unlucky Ildiko Zekares. Vittorio Lacco 5th, and MS Foda moving up to 6th. That's just about it. I hope you've enjoyed this Miss Fitness Hungary 1999. We'll leave you with the moves and enjoy again. Alexandra Beres. Goodbye then from Budapest.
You gotta have a mother for me. Now move your big ass round this way so I can work on that zipper. Tonight, you're a star, and I'm a big dipper.
Sports Centre.
I've got the digital tape.
You're lying.
I've got it in my pocket. I took it out of Mulder's desk.
We're in Budapest, Hungary for Miss Fitness Europe 1999, and a country that's produced a whole host of champions and has two of the most accomplished competitors in action tonight. The contest run in 3 parts: beauty, poise and projection. The first of the rounds, they're looking for the presentation, the visual appeal of the competitors, and of course their public address skills. Really looking for someone who can become a good spokesman for the fitness industry and promote a healthy lifestyle. The second round, judges looking on this occasion for good muscle tone and a really well-balanced physique. If they've got a well-developed upper body, they've got to have the same below the waistline. And excess bulk and certainly unnaturally low body fat levels will be penalized by the judges. So that's round 2, physical beauty and muscle tone. Round 3, the one that features mostly on this program, the routine where they're looking for strength, flexibility and endurance. If they've got a background in another sport, whether it be gymnastics or aerobics, they're allowed to incorporate that into their routine. But the judge is looking for something that's full of energy and also has a reasonably high technical content. So those are the first 3 rounds, and round 1 not producing any real surprises. This is Amid Cord of Hungary, the 29-year-old fitness trainer, second in Miss Fitness World 99.
Came from Warsaw, Poland. Thank you very much.
Martina Rapp from Poland. Her 6-year-old son will no doubt be watching her performance tonight and looking for personal best in Miss Fitness Europe. And Alexandra Beres of Hungary, well, there you see her score, 57.5 in round 1. That was good enough to give Beres the lead after the first round. So Beres, Rapp and Cord, the top 3. Farnung doing exceptionally well from Germany to get 4th place. Tassili in 5th. Further down the order, Schreier of the Netherlands in 7th. She's the national champion. Well, remember round 2, physical beauty and muscle tone. All the contestants parading in the bikinis, and they all get on the stage at the same time. Certain groups of the competitors will be drawn out together so the judges can compare them. Remember, they're looking for a well-toned body, not looking for excessive muscular bulk that would be evidence of a concentration on weight training, but really looking for someone who just oozes fitness and health. Alexandra Beres on the left of the screen, leading after the first round, always does well in round 2. Perfectly balanced body. There she is, that's Beres, looking confident as ever. Now the judges needing to get a good look at each of the competitors. And as I say, they will draw them out in groups of 4 or 5. Certain regulations are required for the clothing in each of the rounds, and heavy penalties if the competitors are deemed to have abused the rules. but most of these women with so much experience at competing that that is a fairly rare occurrence.
A little bit of Monica in my life, a little bit of Erica by my side, a little bit of Rita is all I need, a little bit of Tina is what I see.
Remember, they're also looking for personality, someone who's got the confidence to stand up in front of a crowd, speak clearly and precisely about their lifestyle, their involvement within the fitness industry, and many of these competitors involved as fitness trainers, and nearly all of them coming from backgrounds of other sports. Gymnastics, judo, aerobics of course features a lot in the profiles. So that's the full lineup for Miss Fitness Europe as we draw out some of the favourites. And Mies Korda of Hungary, the first come out, number 9, third in the first round, and scoring well in this second round as well. Number 10, Barbara Massimi of Italy, and then Alexandra Beres getting a good round of applause from the local crowd. No surprises there. Beres looking for her 3rd title. Martina Rapp, we've seen already, the student from Warsaw in Poland, and alongside her, Brandy Roberts, now of Great Britain. Brandy not scoring too highly in the first round, 15th, but the very fact that she's been drawn out with these 4 competitors, 4 of the top favourites, meaning that Brandy Roberts likely to score in the top 5 in round 2, that certainly give her a chance of finishing in the top 8 in tonight's contest. Roberts considerably smaller, a well-balanced figure. It's Beres on the left of the screen, who's always done well in round 2, scoring very highly indeed. And Mies Korda a little too bulky for the judges, liking very strong shoulders. Judges then getting a look from each aspect, and that completing round 2. And the scores will come up very shortly indeed, but Beres very much the favourite, having won the first round. She's looking on good form. There you have it. She takes that second round, 56.9 points, and she now has 3 points clear at the top. Martina Rapp in second place for Poland, and Korda 3rd again, so she's had 2 3rd positions. She's going to have to perform well in her routine. That's her favourite discipline, but a lot of work to do for the Hungarian. Massimi in 4th and Roberts in 5th. So a good round for Brandy Roberts of Great Britain. There you see the standings overall, just 3 points separating the top 2. Korda, who could take this championship, she's beaten Beres before, is now trailing by 5.75 points, and a lot of work to do for one of the favourites if she's going to end up in front. After the break, we'll be back with the routines, the final round of Miss Fitness Europe. Budapest, Hungary for the 3rd round of Miss Fitness Europe, and already the home nation with 2 competitors in the top 3, Beres and Korda doing exceptionally well. And now we move on to the most strenuous round, the gymnastic routine. The judges looking for strength, flexibility and endurance, and also looking for a show of personality. And of course artistic impression will come into it with music accompanying each of the routines. This is Carmen Gomez of Spain, 13th and 17th in the 2 previous rounds. She has just missed out on her national title this season. So that was Carmen Gomez of Spain, her routine. She's not amongst the favourites here, but not a bad routine. You certainly can't falter on the energy and the endurance put into the 90 seconds that she had available. Energetic, showed reasonable power and strength with some technical moves. But if Carmen has any work to do, she's got to work on the flexibility. And perhaps some abdominal strength just to make those sort of moves that much easier. But Gomez scoring 43.50.
Mambo number 5.
So Strejkovic of Yugoslavia, a fantastic opening to her routine, and no guesses for what her background's in, gymnastics and ballet. Showing an elegance that is rarely seen at this level of competition. That's the full Wenson that we see in so many aerobics contests.
Mambo number 5.
Well, maybe she's a contender for the next Bond girl. Fantastic performance by Strejkovic, and immensely supple. Years and years of gymnastics have obviously paid off. Well, it was a powerful routine to start with. At the halfway stage, after about 45 seconds, she certainly slowed the pace, and the judges may deduct some points, assuming that she's taking a rest before the final moves. But overall, score 145.60 and 50.15 scored for this routine. Anything over 50, a very respectable score indeed. Next we go to Samora Schreier of the Netherlands in 7th place in the first 2 rounds. Just 21 years of age and comes from a background of fitness and synchronized swimming. But in training, evident that this is Schreier's weakest round. And there you see just a slight lack in strength. So that's Samora Schreier, and getting a very generous round of applause from the crowd, because that certainly was a league below what we've seen so far tonight. Perhaps she could do with a new choreographer and certainly some flexibility training just to enable her to finish each of the moves that she starts. And I'm surprised by the choice of moves, because she only exposed her weaknesses, and Schreier will certainly take 3rd place. And there you go, 136.2, gives us 2nd overall, but 3rd place in the strength, flexibility and endurance round with a score of only 38.6. So 2 times Miss Fitness Ukraine.
She took my heart and she took my money. She must have slipped me a sleeping pill. She made you take your clothes off and go dancing in the rain. She'll make you live a crazy life, but she'll take away your pain. Like a bullet through your brain. Come on! Upside, inside out. She's living la vida loca. She'll push and pull you down. Living la vida loca. Her lips are devil red and her skin's the color mocha. She will wear you out. Living la vida loca.
Well, full of energy and no doubt about her fitness levels, and she included some good news. I just wonder whether just one or too many technical moves rather than keeping the routine flowing. She didn't move around the floor as she could have done. Points for using the whole area allocated for the routine, and Belinskaya could have improved on that, but the judges are liking it all the same. 49.4 the score for Belinskaya of Ukraine. Second place so far in the routine, and she takes first place overall as Lisa Toselli, the second of the Italian competitors, 30 years of age, goldsmith, still single, but no doubt she'll pick up a few admirers with this routine.
Everybody wanna boogie down tonight.
So a quick striptease from Toselli. Changes the rhythm.
And all I do
Good display of strength.
to the love of you. Yes, you know what you're doing, baby. And you know how to make me feel so good. Yes, you know what you're doing, baby. Just like I knew you could. Yes, you know what you're doing, baby. And you know how to make me feel so good. Yes, you know what you're doing, baby. Just like I knew you could.
So that's Lisa Toselli, and no doubt that she knows how to play to the audience, or more importantly, she knows how to play it to the judges. And some good changes in rhythm, some technical moves, the full Wenson we saw again, the split balance with the pull through, and showing very, very good static flexibility, but surprisingly little dynamic flexibility. All in all, fairly balanced routine. So we're going to leave Lisa Toselli and take a quick break. We'll be back with Amise Korda of Hungary, one of the favourites, just after this. Stay with us. Welcome back to Budapest. Amise Korda is the woman that's drawn the applause of the crowd. Of course, she one of the local girls, 29-year-old fitness trainer. And national champion in 97 and 98, and second in Miss Fitness Europe in 96. So a whole host of titles to a name. Second in the world this year, just missing out on the top prize, but highly talented, and probably a little surprised to find herself down in third place after the first 2 rounds. Korda, former member of the Hungarian gymnastics national team. And she's quite entitled to display all the skills she learnt with those years of gymnastics training. And that's exactly what she's doing, playing to her strengths. Well, no surprises that the crowd like it, and it's not just that Korda comes from Hungary. That was the best we've seen so far by a huge margin. The ex-gymnast has certainly put on a little bit of bulk in the upper body over recent months, and I think that was her downfall in the first 2 rounds, but it's paid off in this fitness routine. There you see her total score, 163.15. She's gone into first place, but her 2 main rivals are still to come. Alexandra Beresh will be in around 5 minutes' time, and then we're waiting for Martina Rapp of Poland, who's lying in second place. But a good routine nonetheless from Korda. Next to go, Barbara Massimi of Italy. 35 years of age, the oldest contestant in Miss Fitness Europe, 99. National champion for the last couple of years, comes from a background of rhythmic gymnastics and dance. So that's Barbara Massimi of Italy. Not a routine that really got going for me. She didn't flow from one move to the next, perhaps a little bit nervous, the tension showing all the way through the routine. Try to include skills from her rhythmic gymnastics background. Showed a little bit of personality, but I think too little rebound activity to demonstrate her fitness levels or to enable a rhythm to develop, and she'll be penalised for that, but still scoring 46, and that giving her 4th place at the moment, but all the big names still to come. And here is the biggest of them all, Alexandra Beresh of Hungary, 23-year-old student, already married Miss Hungary in '94. She's been Miss Fitness Europe for the last 2 years and Miss Fitness World back in '96. So her successes run over the last 5 or 6 years. Into the half Wenson and the split balance. Beres has to score 52 to maintain the lead ahead of her compatriot Amise Corda. Well, that's Alessandra Beres. She started gymnastics at the age of 6, but she soon grew too tall to compete in that event, but she hasn't lost the skills she learned. And a tremendous display from Beres, perhaps not the vintage Beres we've seen in the world, certainly in '96 when she won that event, but nonetheless she got the attention of the judges and the audience very early on, and she is a tall, striking figure and displaying enormous strength and power all the way through that 90-second routine. Full Wenson with the press, so immensely strong. Perhaps a little bit weak on the foot patterns and use of the stage, but Beres, who's lying in first after the first 2 rounds, doing enough. 56.55, back into the lead for the Hungarian as Steffi Kubsch of Germany starts her routine to the Phantom of the Opera. Multi-talented athlete, just 22 years of age, lawyer's secretary. I'll leave you to guess what sports she took up at an early age, but she'll certainly incorporate 1 or 2 of the moves in this routine. Well, there you go. Judo and Jiu-Jitsu. So that's Steffi Kubsch trying 1 or 2 moves that would be suited to someone of smaller stature. Moves that have been learnt off gymnasts and really don't suit people with long, elegant legs, as she has herself. But, as I say, a multi-talented athlete and showing her strength throughout that routine. Scoring 45.65, good enough to put her into 7th place overall. And she finished in 8th in Miss Fitness Europe '98, so currently 1 place ahead of her best. Next we have Martina Rapp of Poland. Now, this woman lying in 2nd place. Once again, going for Mambo number 5. We've seen that twice already this evening. Very popular bit of music.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Well, good interpretation so far from Rapp. 24-year-old student, 6-year-old son who's no doubt watching tonight's competition. Remember, Rapp just 3 points off the lead after the first 2 rounds. She's got to score 59.9 to take the title tonight out of 60. That's a very tall order indeed, but still looking for first or second place. That's Martina Rapp then of Poland, and not a bad routine. I feel she'll be marked down. The gymnastic content certainly not as high as Korda and Berish, and it shouldn't really be a factor, but it is so spectacular when they throw the backflips that they definitely gain marks for doing it. Martina Rapp comes from a dancing background and unlikely to have learnt those moves. She's shown good strength, good balance all the way through the routine, and having come second in the first 2 rounds, certainly she's in with a chance. 160.15, just outside second place. So Rapp goes into third. She should hold on to that. We're going to take another quick break. We'll be back with the remaining 5 competitors. Stay with us. Budapest, it's round 3 of part 3 of this Miss Fitness Europe contest, and we've got 5 competitors left to go. At the moment, we still have Hungary lying 1 and 2 with Berish and Korda 1 and 2, and Martina Rapp of Poland in third place. But Michaela Farnung of Germany certainly could upset that, lying in 4th after the first 2 rounds. The woman who was born in the Czech Republic now lives in Bad Homburg, 32 years of age, fitness instructor, and a very flexible one at that. Has interest in many other sports. Superb balance. Maybe she's learnt that from her days spent on the ski slopes. Very keen skier. Well, there's the first mistake from Farnung, falling off that balance. Nice way to finish the routine with a full Wenson, but Farnung just letting it slip halfway through the routine. She really needed a score in the high 50s if she wanted to end up on the podium this evening. She knows if she scores over 50, she'll stay in the top 4, but she's more ambitious than that. Just not completing 3 or 4 of the moves, and it looks very weak indeed. 151.4. She's done enough to maintain her position, but will be disappointed not to have moved into the top 3. Now we move to Radislava Savin of Yugoslavia, just 20 years of age, the youngest here tonight, and certainly be a name for the future. 10th in the last Miss Fitness Europe. And a national champion in rhythmic gymnastics in her former sporting career.
mess around with me.
Using the stage well, no doubt that comes from the dance training that she's had, and displaying some balletic skills as well. Well, there's no doubt that Savin enjoyed that routine. Good interpretation on the music, perhaps a little too slow to demonstrate the fitness levels that the judges want to see. But the dance enthusiast has put in 1 and 2 impressive split jumps, and may find herself finishing in the top 10. Lying 13th after the first 2 rounds, a high score should push her up into the top 10. She needs to be over 50 in this fitness round. And there you have it, 140.85, the total score, 8th place. So she's gained 5 places in this final round, with only 3 competitors remaining. So she should, by all rights, stay in the top 10. Katarina Sagiva of Ukraine. Now, she really does have an interesting background. Worked as a circus acrobat for many years, and obviously trained in acrobatics, aerobics and gymnastics. So it could be an exciting routine. Quite symmetrical. Great strength, fantastic balance. Almost expecting a trapeze to come down from the roof, but maybe that pushes the limits too far. Out of 10 then for flexibility and strength for Sagiva of the Ukraine. Just falling away from a couple of the moves. Seems to have developed more strength on one side than the other. I wonder whether that's from the acrobatics that she's been performing over the years, but an interesting routine. Certainly she'll score highly, but perhaps it would have been even better if she'd included a little more fitness. 143.95 for Sagiva, so she goes ahead of Savin into 8th place. Savin now pushed down into 9th with just 2 to go. This is the penultimate performer in Miss Fitness Europe 1999. Natalie Bradnikova of the Ukraine. Another young competitor, just 21 years of age. Hasn't yet won the national title. In fact, I do a disservice. She won it back in 95, but hasn't won since then. She's been 3rd in 97, 98 and 99. Heavy dance influence on her performances usually. Plenty of team rivalry between herself and Sagiva, who has just performed, but she's got a score over 57 to beat Sagiva, having lost out in the first 2 rounds. That is almost an impossible task. struggling to get into that full Wenson. Two Ukrainians then choosing a similar sort of finish to their routines, and Bragnikova really not on her best form. Staggering flexibility she's shown in the routine, but just losing it on a couple of the strength moves. As we said, needs 57 if she's going to beat her main rival Sergieva, but Radnikova only lying 17th after the first two rounds, really losing out in the early stages of this contest, and finishing in 13th with one more competitor to go. That's Brandy Roberts of Great Britain. Brandy scoring 15th in the first round and really pulling up in the second round into 5th place. So overall, after 2 rounds, lying in 9th place. Lives in Thetford, actually born in the United States. Well, fitness and endurance shouldn't be a problem for Brandy. She's got a background in gymnastics and cross-country running. Perfect combination for this sort of event. Very flexible indeed. She likes it, we like it. And a switch of rhythm. Another 30 seconds then for Brandy Roberts to impress and try and move herself up into the top 5's. Got to score over 50. Yeah, baby. So, dynamic finish then for Brandy Roberts, and after a slow start to the evening, she's got better and better. 51.05 scored in the second round, and then looks as though this could be another score over 50. If that's the case, she may well move into the top 5 of the rankings. Scores will be up in just a second. Lack confidence in that first round. There you have it, 146.85, 5th position. She's moved from 9th into 5th. No more competitors remaining. That is a tremendous result for Roberts. So there you have the top 10 in round 3. Korda, Berish and Sergieva, the leaders in round 3. Martina Rapp of Poland, 4th, Savin 5th, and Brandy Roberts 6th in round 3 with 50.15. Good score.
168,4 ponttal. Béres Alexandra, Magyarország.
So Alexandra Berish wins yet again, her 3rd successive title. Well, she won the first 2 rounds and made life very easy for herself in the rest of the competition. She didn't perform her best routine we've ever seen, but certainly good enough to hold off her main rivals, Amiz Korda and Martina Rapp. So Berish gets another huge trophy to take home. No doubt that will be displayed in her own fitness center in Budapest, and a check for $7,000. That could be useful at this time of year. In second place, Amiz Korda of Hungary. So Hungary 1 and 2, second in 96, and now again in 99. At 29, she may not have too many more chances to take this European title. In third place, Martina Rapp, a personal best for her, and a slight improvement in her routine could lead to great things in the future. There you have the final rankings. Berish, Korda, Rapp, the top 3. Martina Farnung of Germany in 4th. And Brandy Roberts, a very impressive 5th, 146.85. And if she can improve on that first round, then there's no doubt she'll be looking at podium positions. Well, a chance then to see Alexandra Berish, the winner here tonight in Budapest. This is the start of her routine, dynamic as ever. There's no wonder why she does so well in the first 2 rounds, where they're looking at beauty and poise and muscle tone. but to be able to perform the routine effectively as well, she's quite a talent. Just 23 years old, still a student, but spends much of her time working at her own fitness centre. The Beres and Alexandra Fitness in Budapest. If you're ever there, might be worth a visit. You never know if the great star will be there herself. So that's Beres in full flow for Hungary and taking the 99 Miss Fitness Europe title. That's the third time in succession that she's done it. $7,000 going to her, $3,500 to second place Amise Cord, and $2,500 going to Martina Rapp in third place for Poland. Well, that's all from Miss Fitness Europe in Budapest. Plenty of time for those enthusiasts out there to train for next year's contest if you're inclined in that. But for now, for myself, Patrick Winston, thanks for watching. Pageant. We're in Orlando, Florida for the first round, a slightly different format from normal. 3 rounds as usual, but different weighting on the marks. 45% for the fitness routine, 45% for the swimsuit round, and the top 5 after that first 2 rounds will go through to the interview round, and an extra 10% can be added there. We've kicked it off with Rusha Kuril of Germany in her routine, 90 seconds in which to impress the judges. Kuril, a 23-year-old German, as I say, 7 times the national champion in gymnastics, and that is a sport that really does feature very heavily now in the Miss Fitness contests. Looking for athletic ability, strength, coordination, flexibility, and of course a certain amount of personality and character. Well, Kuril certainly not having any problems on the flexibility side. It's a good routine so far.